Everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm working on the Endless Love card workshop, and one of the cards in that is a fun fold. So this one has a little flap here that you lift up, and it has a message inside with some of the die cut shapes cut out of there. And then if you want to, you can put it on a card base and have it go. But I just wanted to show you quickly how to create this card. So you want to start with a base paper and a base decorated paper. It's a little different, but it's the same idea. Now you do not want to attach that yet, so I'm going to put it offset. But what you do want to do is get a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches, because that's what this is, 4 inches by 5 1/4, 4 inches from point to point, because what you're going to do is you're going to fold these in half. Let's see, that ends up for me being a really weird measurement. So that would be 2 1/2 and 3/4, the next 16th. So what is that? 4, 8, 12, 13 sixteenths, 2 and 13 sixteenths. Make a little square. And then when you fold it in half, it'll be right about the 4 inches across that you're wishing for. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly perfect at 4 inches if you don't cut it, because you can see mine go a little bit over, and that's not bothering me too much. And going a little bit under wouldn't bother me that much either. But what this does is creates a little sandwich here so that you can glue this bottom piece down, and then the top piece will have a flap. And I went ahead and I did the same thing on the bottom, except I glued it down. So this one would go under here and get glued down, both pieces, both sides. And now you can glue down the decorative paper. It's ready to do that. And then you want to have some kind of, again, a substantial decorative element to be why you're doing this. So I chose this pretty scalloped square. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a piece of cardstock that goes in front of it. And then I just cut a second one exactly the same to go underneath of it right here. And then you just want to make sure that when you put your one on top, that it's in a place that covers completely. It doesn't have to be exactly centered, but it does need to be covered completely. Otherwise it will look odd. And then once you get that, you don't glue down the fancy one on the bottom, but you do glue down the fancy on the top. And one way that I would do that is I would take this and I would put my fingers right at the top of the fancy square, and then I would know that I can put glue everywhere below my fingers. So that's how I estimate that. But anyway, fun fold card, not so hard as it looks, and it's pretty impressive. So thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting.